Okay, chemistry second year English medium. Our chapter is a D and A block elements and coordination compounds. Our topic is transition elements. It is also called as here is a D block. Then yes, let's see the transition elements. So before that, so we have to idea about classification of elements. At present, including synthetic elements, there are 118 elements are there. These 118 elements can be classified into is a 4 blocks in the periodic table. Then here is a what are they? They are S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. Okay, then yes, so D block elements is our topic. Then yes, what is meant by here is a D block? How can we define here is a D block? Here is a D block elements means what? The elements in which the differentiating electron enters n-1 d orbitals. Those elements are called as is a D block elements. These D block elements are clearly shown here. Then here is a what are the D block elements? Here is a scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. Then here is a yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver. Here is a cadmium, lanthanum, hafnium, tantalum, wolfram, rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, arum, mercury, actinium, rutherfordium, dubnium, seaborgium, borium, hafnium, meitnerium, Darmstadtium, Rhanginium, Copernicium. So these are the D block elements. Yes, actually these D block elements are in between S and P block elements. Okay, then that's why these are D block elements are also called as bridged elements. Okay, then again is a D block elements also termed as here is a transition elements. Yes, let's see here is a before that here is a D block is what? The elements in which the differentiating electron enters n-1 d orbitals. Those elements are called as these are D block elements. Then the general electron configuration of D block elements is n-1 d 1 to 10 ns1 to 2. Okay, so this is the general electron configuration of D block elements. The differentiating electron or lastly coming electron enters n-1 d orbitals. Okay, then yes, these elements are called as here is a D block. Then yes, here is all D block elements are not considered as is a transition elements. But all transition elements are considered as is a D block elements. Then yes, our D block elements position. So when you take the position of a D block elements in the periodic table is then so periodic table is having here is a how many groups and periods? Here is a 7 periods and 18 groups. 7 periods and 18 groups. Then yes, so these D block elements belongs to here is a which group is here is a from yes, these D block elements are started from is a third group to here is what 12th group. Third group to 12th group. So third group is so this is the third group. This is a fourth. There is a fifth, sixth, seventh. Then 8 is a 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yes, from third group to 12th groups, here is a D block elements are occupied in the periodic table. Then yes, again here is a from which period onwards here is a D block elements are started is then these scandium to zinc. These elements is a belongs to here is what? Fourth period. Then next one yttrium to cadmium. Yes, again these 10 elements belongs to it is a fifth period. Then so this is a sixth period. This is seventh period. Okay, D block elements belongs to it is a third group to 12th group in the periodic table, and also they belongs to there is a fourth period to there is a seventh period. Okay, these are existed in between S and P block elements. Okay, then next one here is a D block elements also considered as here is a transition elements antunnam. Yes, transition elements means what? Then these are transition elements are the d block elements which are having incompletely filled n minus 1 d orbitals. Those d block elements are called as transition elements. Okay, transition elements electron configuration is what? N minus 1 d 1 to 9 ns1 to 2. Okay, this is the general electron configuration of transition elements. Then incompletely filled n minus 1 d orbitals containing d block elements are called transition elements. Okay, so when you observe the is a d block here, then so which elements are considered as here is a transition elements is from scandium to here is a copper. In the first transition series, it is also called as a 3D series. It is also called as 3D series. Then the scandium to copper, then so these are called as here is a transition elements. But zinc is a d block element, but it is not considered as transition element because its electron configuration is, when you observe the electron configuration, it is having d10 configuration. That's why here is a zinc is d block, but it is not considered as transition element. So when you take the second transition series or 4D series, here is this is yttrium to here is a cadmium. In that there is a yttrium to silver. These are treated as a transition elements, but cadmium is not considered as transition element because it is also having d10 electron configuration. D10 electron configuration. Then next one, so when you take the, there is a lanthanum to mercury. Lanthanum to mercury, again here is a lanthanum. This is a lanthanum 57 to 79. These are treated as transition elements, but mercury is not considered as transition element, it is a d block element. In the same way, it's a 6D series, that is starts from actinium 89 to, yes, next one copernicium 112. In that, then actinium 89 to rhanginium. Yes, these elements are treated as here is a transition elements. Is a copernicium is a d block but not transition element. Yes, it is having d10 electron configuration. Okay, then yes, here is so when is a zinc, cadmium, mercury, copernicium. Zinc, cadmium, mercury, copernicium. These elements are d block elements but not considered as transition elements. So based on this view, transition elements also defined as atomic condition or in their common oxidation states, the elements which are having incompletely filled n-1d electron configuration. Atomic condition or in ionic condition, the elements which are having incompletely filled n-1d configuration, those are considered as here is transition elements. Then so when you take suppose here is a copper, so when you observe the electron configuration of copper 3d10 4s1, but in atomic condition copper is having d10 configuration. But copper is transition element. Why is then in ionic condition, when here is a copper exhibits +2 oxidation state, it is having D9 configuration. So due to this reason copper is transition element, whereas there is a zinc in atomic condition as well as in its a common oxidation state +2 condition is a D10 3D10 configuration is existed. That's why is a zinc in atomic condition as well as in ionic condition is a zinc is not considered as transition element. Okay, then so this is about is a transition elements. Then so when you take the, here is electron configuration. Electron configuration electron configuration of 3D series elements. Scandium 2, here is a zinc. Then the differentiating electron in scandium, the differentiating electron enters n-1 d orbital, that is this is the nth orbit, fourth orbit is the nth orbit. Then yes, n-1 is third orbit. Third orbit which is having d orbitals. The differentiating electron enters into n-1 d orbitals means what? It is a 3D shell. Okay, 3D shell. Then next one, so here is in titanium, the differentiating electron is what? 22nd electron is a differentiating electron. Differentiating electron means what? Lastly coming electron is called as a differentiating electron. Yes, in titanium, 22nd electron is treated as a differentiating electron. It enters in 3D subshell. 3D subshell. Then here is a vanadium. Here is a 3D3 4s2. Then when you take the here is a chromium, it exhibits the anomalous electronic configuration. Anomalous electronic configuration. So what is meant by anomalous configuration is then yes, in general atoms of elements are more stable in yes when the orbitals are having completely filled or half filled configuration. Half filled electron configuration or completely filled electron configuration causes more stability. So due to this reason, in order to d orbitals are 5. These d orbitals are 5. Due to this reason, yes, when it is having 5 electrons in d, then a half filled configuration is existed. So due to this reason, yes, copper here is a chromium is a more stable. It's because of anomalous electron configuration. Then here is a manganese 3d5 4s2. Then again, so when you take the here is a copper is a 29, then 3d10 4s1. Again is a in general is a copper, so in 29 it should have been here is a 3d9 4s2, but then instead of that it is having 3d10. The reason is again in order to get more stability is by means of 3d10 configuration, what completely d orbitals are completely filled by the electrons. Due to this reason it is getting more stability. That's why copper exhibits anomalous electronic configuration. Anomalous electron configuration. Then next one, zinc, the 3d10 4s2, this is a stable electron configuration. Then yes, another one, another reason for transition elements is then so why is a transition elements name is given to the is a d block is what? Then so when you observe the properties of d block elements, they are in between s block and p block. S block and P block. That's why the D block elements are considered as transition elements. Suppose what are the properties is the S block elements and D block elements. So both are metals except here is a hydrogen. Then yes, but S block elements are more electropositive. Then they are highly reactive. S block elements are highly reactive. Okay, then next one, when you take the D block elements, though they are metals, they are having less electropositive and reactivity is also less when compared with S block. Then next one, there is a P block elements are having here is a metals, non-metals and semi-metals. Then but when compared with the P block elements, again it is a D block elements are having a high electropositive. When compared with the S block, D block elements are having less electropositive. Yes, due to this reason, their properties are in between S and P. That's why these D block elements are considered as transition elements. Okay. Then yes, let's see the physical properties. Physical properties. So physical properties, when you take the here is all D block elements. All D block elements are metals. Then next one, they are very hard in nature. They can act as electrical conductors as well as thermal conductors. Then next one, yes, there is they can form the alloys. Then next one is there is a D block elements. D block elements are in their compounds state. Some of the elements are exhibit the catalytic properties. catalytic properties. Okay, then yes, why these elements when compared with here is a S block elements also metal, here is a D block also metals, but they are very hard in nature. Reason is what? Then why S block elements are soft, why D block elements are very hard? They are having high melting and boiling points. Reason is what? Then yes, in D block elements more number of electrons are available for metallic bonding. More number of electrons are available for metallic bonding. That's why the metallic bond is very strong, very strong. Due to this reason, the D block elements are having high melting and boiling points. Whereas in S block elements, then though they are metals, the metallic bond is weak because very less number of electrons are available for metallic bonding. That's why it is a S block metals are soft in nature. Then next one, here is D block elements are having high melting and boiling points. Next one, electrical conductors. Why the D block elements act as electrical conductors is because of the presence of free electrons. Because of the presence of free electrons in their crystal lattices, then they can conduct electricity. Okay, then next one, here is they are having metallic luster. Metallic luster, that means what? Yes, when the metals are cutted with here is a axe of blade, then what happens? Here is a shining on the surface. There is a lot of shining is observed, that is called as here is a metallic luster. Then yes, they can produce the sonority, sound. Okay, D block elements, yes, most of the D block elements can produce the sonority. That is that is also another is a metallic property. Then yes, most of the transition elements are their compounds in various oxidation states. They act as here is what? Good catalyst. Okay, then this is about discussed in here is a physical properties. Then yes, let's why do we study these transition elements is then when you observe the electron configuration, yes, here is a 3d1 4s2 scandium in general. Okay, it is exhibits +3 oxidation state, whereas when you take the from titanium to here is a copper, then yes, most of the elements there is exhibits more than one oxidation state. This is a very specific property. So due to this reason, they are having very specific because of variable oxidation states. Variable oxidation states, they are having very specific characters. What are they? Then variable oxidation states. Because of the variable oxidation states, they act as there is what? They involved in complex formation. Then next one, they act as good catalysts. Okay, they can form the colored compounds. Then most of the elements are used in the day-to-day life. Okay, yes, when you take here is what? Here is a gold, platinum. Then next one, iron. They plays the major role in the development of human civilization. That's why we have to study the transition elements. Then in transition elements, there is a metallic bond is very strong. The reason is what? More number of electrons are available for metallic bond. When the metallic bond is very strong, their enthalpies of atomization is also very high. So what is meant by enthalpies of atomization? That is, enthalpy is nothing but here is what it is a delta HA, enthalpy of atomization, that is heat change. Heat change means what? When a mole of a molecule is broken into here is what? Atomic condition, here is a lot of energy is required. That is called as here is a enthalpy of atomization. Okay, then suppose when here is a metals are metals in transition elements, there is a metallic bond is very strong. Due to this reason, what? Among the atoms, interatomic attractions are very strong. then yes, here is a molecule is very yes, it is very hard in nature. In order to break them into atomic condition, then lot of energy is required. That's why that is nothing but what? Enthalpy of atomization. The transition elements are having has high enthalpies of atomization, especially when compared with the 3D and 4D. 5D series elements are having high enthalpies of atomization. That is, suppose when you take the, there is what? Here is a osmium, here is a platinum, okay, then here is a wolfram. So these are very hard substances. The reason is what? Is a more number of electrons are available for metallic bonding. That's why they are very hard in nature, and their enthalpy of atomization is very high. Then suppose in the beginning in 3D series or 4D series and 5D series, is almost all elements are having less enthalpies of atomization. Then gradually from in the middle of the series, when you take a 3D series or 4D series, 5D series, then yes, gradually in the middle of the series, the elements are having high enthalpies of atomization. The reason is what? Is a more number of, suppose here is a chromium, there is a more number of unpaired electrons are available for metallic bonding. That's why yes, their enthalpies of atomization is very high. Then yes, here is a 3D, this is a 4D, here is a 5D. Okay, then it's based on the enthalpies of atomization, there is a chemical properties also there is a depend on the enthalpies of atomization. Okay, this is enough.